Huh. It's almost as if everything we just experienced was a bad dream. Because we're not done yet. Although now I can't help but feel closer to the people around us on Timber Hearth, and to our other friend out there on the Quantum Moon, who we're going to be revisiting in this episode. Hello, everyone, and welcome back, once again, to Outer Wilds. And we are not finished yet. Even though we did get to the canonical ending of the game, we still haven't explored the contents of the Echoes of the Eye DLC. Now, in the couple of days since I played, I've actually gone on TV Tropes and read some of your guys' comments, and I've kind of gotten myself a little bit more context about the game itself, and you guys have given me some ideas for other things I should revisit and try while we're here. So, before I go out into the more horror-oriented spookiness that's out there in the cosmos, I think I'll follow up on some of your suggestions first. Now, for the first time, we have actually completely caught up in terms of recording. I'm actually recording this the day episode 12 goes up. So I have had a chance to read some of your endgame comments, and like I said, that's given me ideas for things to try, starting right here where we began, on Timber Hearth. Now, you guys told me that there's actually an adorable Easter egg if I decide to explore down in some of these geyser fountains. Alright, now we have our jetpack. Let's do it. Let's go down, 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 down! Out of the way of the vent. Ooh. Looks like they use it as sort of a garbage chute. That's kind of funny. Almost looks like the remains of a campsite with this as the fire in the middle. Look, tins of snacks and bottles. Ooh. And even a thing full of fuel for the jetpack. I guess I'm not the first to explore down here. Even more debris. And, ooh, some kind of cave with water rushing out of it? Wait, but if we can come down here, maybe we can also enter some of the other larger geysers elsewhere on the planet. Ooh, wait, no, there's a cave right here as well. And this one pulls us in! Wee. Don't push us out! How far is this going to take us? With how small this planet is, it could take us all the way to the other side for all we know. Ooh. We can enter over there as well. We came out right here. Oh, we've been moved all the way to the South Pole. Now this could shoot us out, but it's just so hard to see down here. It's so dark. I guess I'm just trying to make the most of this universe for all the time we have left in it, which is roughly 20 minutes per cycle, actually. Now we can take this, shoot through here, over to here, and... Oh, there's actually more Nomai stuff! Did they get trapped down here as well? Oh, it's Coleus. The one who got lost on Ember Twin, I believe. After a closer observation, mining Site 2A wouldn't be safe for the native life dwelling in some of this cave's pools. So unfortunately, we'll have to mine on the other sites. Wow, that is far more responsibility than I would expect from somebody doing mining. I wonder if we maybe evolved from the life that's down here. On the opposite hand, new life. This species is semi-aquatic and very hardy. The ecosystem here is quite robust, so I believe they'll thrive in the long run. Be cautious near the pools if you visit 2A to meet them. You know, given our physiology, I think that is us. Little frog people. They remind me of a subterranean species that my mentor, Melore, once told me about, from where our clan used to travel across this universe. I imagine she would have enjoyed these life forms greatly. There are a few other cave sites that look promising. What about Site 2B? It shares similar formations and strata. That sounds promising. Will you and your mentor investigate? If mining site 2B proves safe for this native species, we'll move our work there. Site 2B is safe. Coleus says we'll continue to monitor our activity and its effects on life there. Oh, that is so cool. We actually learned about the origin of our species by coming here, or at least I assume so. I was watching them once during a rest, and the hours escaped from me. They're fascinating. I wonder what their fourth eye does. Solana might know exactly where we came from. This must be the bottom of one of the larger geysers. We're at the equator now. Now what is this? Look at them. They even drew themselves looking at us with such, I don't know, curiosity and joy. They're actually like our grandparents almost. Oh, that is so cool! After all the connection that I felt with the Nomai throughout this series, I'm so glad to learn we had that little bit of shared history. I really love the approach that this game has taken with them. I talked in the beginning of the series about how so many games have an ancient race where they speak almost in a biblical tone, like they're above the desires and needs of whoever came after, but here, there's very much a kinship that I really enjoy. And here we are back here. Alright, let's launch ourselves back up if possible. Come on, anytime now. Here we go. Whee! Oh wow, this actually does launch you like right up into the stratosphere. Okay, aim for that thing and flare! Ow. Well, we managed to avoid the worst of the damage. Alright, let's get out of here. Arcos? Hi, astronaut. You know the patch of ghost matter inside the Spence? Gosan said it used to be bigger when they were a hatchling, because ghost matter evaporates. It takes a super long time to go away. I hope there's still ghost matter in the village when I'm a grown-up. Ghost matter is awesome. I honestly... They try to present the ending in a bittersweet way, but I can't look at the kids and not think they were robbed. Ghost matter is super cool. It'll burn the heck out of you. You know ghost matter is how Tektite lost their foot, right? Nah, let's keep the enthusiasm. I heard touching it hurts so bad, it feels like your whole hand's on fire. Try not to walk into any in space, okay? That sounds bad and painful. Now, I don't remember if we talked to this one earlier, like at the beginning of the series, but it does sort of make sense how the largest concentrations of it are found underground, usually where the Nomai lived, and it's sort of, I guess the reason it's not covering this entire thing is because it has evaporated over time. Now, I believe accessing the DLC, it's going to have to do with going back to the radio tower and having another look at its findings, as well as going for the deep space satellite. We've completed the web as far as all this goes, but we are not done entirely, which is why I didn't get the achievement for completing the web. Now, I do, of course, have another major theory that I'd like to test, and some variations on said theory that some of you informed me about through the comments. And that's to see what happens if we actually try and survive inside the core of Ash Twin. That is so cool. There it goes. And here it comes. Whoop. And here we are. And I believe there was something here that actually enables us to know exactly how much time is left, right? 7 minutes. Alright, now we've got two things to test. The first is to find out what happens when we survive inside the core of Ash Twin, assuming we can survive inside the core of Ash Twin. And the same thing, but having stopped the loop. Now, based on some of the things that I've read down here, I think the loop might continue regardless of whether we die or not. That is, if the thing is still in place. There it is, actually powering on. That's cool. Ooh. It's doing something. Wait, what if we... Can we get an angle on it? Not really. It's doing some weird gravity stuff. But the cycle continues anyway because it's still sending our attachment to the mask back in time. We can actually talk to them about all this other stuff. Except for Gabbro, I had forgotten since the beginning that we could actually talk to them about findings. You mean to say there are modern Nomai out in other parts of space? And they believe the universe, all of it, the whole thing, is dying? Currently? Right now? If that's true, how could I have missed so many signs? The supernovae were there, but I've been studying the stars for... Well, what does it matter if... I'm very sorry, but I have to look over my charts. I hope you don't mind. This is one of the reasons I haven't been talking to anybody besides Gabbro. I mean, what difference does it even make? I only went to try to tell Hornfels certain things, but the rest of them... It hardly matters, huh? The sun station appeared stationary for quite a long time there. But whatever, I have to sleep for a while. Alright, now this time we're going to remove the warp core and see if we survive without being warped back. If I'm holding the core, it doesn't play the music. False advertising. False advertising. You are dead. You are dead. Please don't delete my save. Okay, it just does load previous save, like when you beat the game. Okay, that was absolute false advertising. I feel robbed. The core of Ash Twin was supposed to survive. But hang on, one of you said something in the comments about a way to test this theory. That was a whole lot of time spent on my phone for nothing. Now, what one of you said, upon reading the comments, is that I have to wait until just after the sun starts to explode, or I have to leave just before the sun explodes, and then come back on the next cycle or something? I don't really understand how that works, and unfortunately I don't really have any more time to pursue it right now. I'm almost an hour into this record session already, and I have other stuff I want to do before I start going for the Echoes of the Eye DLC. So I'm gonna leave for now, and we'll finish out this loop with one more thing I want to see. Yo, what's good, Sonam? There's my girl. So some of you said that there's actually more dialogue available because you can combine the blue stones. Now, I'm pretty sure I had tried that and it didn't work, but I don't know. Now, combining everything with everything is going to be a little bit difficult. I find it so hard to keep track of them. Hey, baby, if I could rearrange the alphabet, I'd put you and me together. Hey, you actually are doing something. We do not have much connection, you and I. Okay, well, that hurts. Still, this encounter feels special. I hope you won't mind if I think of you as a friend. Honestly, Everything you say about us feels like such high praise just because it's coming from you. But now we begin the tedious task of try everything on everything. Is this your first time on the Quantum Moon? It's my first time here. If you've come here looking for answers, I hope you find them. Which begs the question, did you find what you were looking for? This one's for Eye of the Universe. Suppose you could reach the Eye of the Universe. Would you try to enter it? What do you imagine the effects of a conscious observer might be? Okay, so that should be all for you. Now we need to begin combining with Eye of the Universe. We'll work in that sort of order. The Eye of the Universe and the Quantum Moon. I imagine you've noticed the Quantum Moon changes in appearance depending on which location it's currently orbiting. For instance, the Moon looks quite different when orbiting Giants Deep than it does when orbiting the Hourglass Twins. Which, by the way, one of you pointed out in the comments, the Hourglass Twins function almost as a literal hourglass until the end of the solar system. Now that is cool. Because the Quantum Moon clearly changes in its different forms, the Eye, being this moon's primary location, must be similarly malleable. From this, we can hypothesize that the Eye represents extreme changeability. Now, after some of the reading that I did on TV tropes following the end of the previous episode, I started to get the impression that it's what we're doing there that enables the universe to recreate itself 14 billion years from now. Otherwise, it would have just, well, actually been the end. What role we had in that, I'm not sure, but something similar did rise out of this. Maybe it is our impressions that led it to be that way, and maybe it's the impressions of someone before that caused ours to be the way it was too. That said, despite its malleable nature, the Quantum Moon becomes locked to one specific version of itself when it's consciously observed. But what would happen if a conscious observer were to enter the Eye? We're essentially freezing the source then. Many in my clan had believed the Eye called to us for a particular purpose. When I was a child, I used to believe the Eye was malevolent, to have lured my clan to this star system, only to then vanish from them so completely. But I don't fear the Eye anymore. In fact, it became my fondest hope to see the Eye itself someday. But I fear this may be beyond my reach. You may think I'm strange, but I have a hypothesis that I may not be entirely alive. Perhaps my journey has reached its end. Now, some of what I read, I'm actually starting to be glad that I didn't read this stuff first, because viewing it in retrospect with context is actually causing me to get a little bit more out of it. Those other bodies, those are you. You're actually in a weird state of sort of quantum immortality, aren't you? Now that's a weird thought, and I'm not entirely sure how that works. Also, something that I've been talking about for the past few episodes has been how the Nomai seem to struggle with the idea that they weren't called by the Eye. That it is something that just exists, but what if it did? Because after spending some time in the Ash Twin Project in this episode, something that I've been thinking about is how, if all this doesn't happen just so, the universe really does end. We're only able to get there at literally the last minute because everything happened just the way it did. If the Nomai hadn't received that signal, they wouldn't have populated the solar system before this and caused all this infrastructure that enabled us to do this to be here. And if that probe hadn't found the Eye literally in the final minutes of the solar system's life, the universe would have died. I don't know, to me that does speak to possible intention. Now, you and the Quantum Moon. Like many of the clan before me, I journeyed here to see the Quantum Moon's reflection of the Eye. This is the closest any of us have come to seeing the eye itself. You may think I'm strange, but oh no. Oh no, 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 no. When we combine stuff, it's still showing as blue. That's not good. Alright, I'm thinking this should now be everything. I think. Alright, let's get out of here. Oops. Whee! Ooh, the quantum moon is now orbiting Timber Hearth, as we could have seen. Let's see if I can't land from here. Ow! And not bad considering, I guess. Huh. It's only now at the end of the game that I realize eating a marshmallow does actually heal us. Alright, well, hopefully there will be time to explore other options later. For now, I find myself without a ship. I literally don't even know where it is or if it still exists. So I think I'm gonna have to meditate and then start looking for whatever the DLC holds. Literally spent an hour and 15 minutes just kind of screwing around with loose ends, but it seems I wasn't able to tie them all off. Huh. Before, I didn't actually notice the little walkway off into the woods. Let's have a look at this. Oh. This must be Esker's old haunt. Let's light this campfire. I've kind of made it a mission to have a marshmallow at every fire in the game. Despite my checking on them at least 1,000 times over, the images are still not ready to print over in the radio tower. Well, it's like they say, a watched satellite never transmits data. That's a little joke for you, Journal. No one says that. Someday I'll have to study the mechanics of how time manages to slow to a syrupy crawl whenever I'm anticipating something. In the meantime, I've turned to Gabbro, our resident expert in leisurely whiling away the hours, who recommends the following. Gabbro's 3 foolproof steps for dozing off. Light a nice, cozy campfire and get comfortable. Gaze deeply into the serene warmth. Let time begin to slip away as you allow the flames to lull you into a peaceful slumber. If Gabbro knew I'd taken notes, they'd probably think I'd finally cracked, but I refuse to accept sass from an astronaut who deliberately burns their marshmallows. I didn't realize we were dealing with a psychopath. Alright, well, as the sun rises, unidentified signal nearby. Deep space radio. And that actually enables us to keep that going. Well, we can probably search for it anywhere from now on, right? Yeah, there's something way out there. Okay, so that's how this begins. Searching for an unknown frequency. Alright, now, wasn't there something about that on here? Well, there's Gabbro checking out the problem with the lens. Anything else we can see? When I was here earlier, I assumed that the glitch was the interloper entering the system. That's not the quantum moon. The interloper is over there, the quantum moon's right there. What is... Oh no, that's Timber Hearth and its moon. So which one has the issue? Giant Steep, Timber Hearth and its moon, Hollow's Lantern and Brittle Hollow, Dark Bramble, the Quantum Moon and the Hourglass Twins, Interloper. That is something new. That is something new. Okay, let's go out there and chase down this signal then. That is so weird. First off, let's lock on to the satellite. Yeah, you're the source of the signal. Don't get captured by the atmosphere. Come on. And let's just let the autopilot handle this one, because it's so far away. Oh man. This game's about to go Event Horizon on us. Now that's a very ominous start to this quest line. And remember, this DLC is meant to be considerably more horror-oriented. And this game could be kind of scary at times, to say the least. Now, Dark Bramble was quite scary indeed, but even more so was that ending where, like I said in the actual video, it kind of went almost Twin Peaks on us. Which is cause for concern because it means these developers certainly know how to do horror. Now, is there anything else we can actually do with you? We've been to you once before. Let's kill our relative velocity and have a look. Come on. There we are. But is there anything else? Yeah, it's the same message we saw before, but that appears to be an inclination, which I assume is the satellite's own inclination. So, what's the issue? Is there something on you that can be repaired? That screen looks a little bit cracked. Oops, I just, kinda completely screwed up the Deep Space Satellite. Is that just gonna be the one on Timber Hearth again? Because if so, I don't know what else to do. Having just meditated to spare myself the trip back, I sort of have an idea. It displayed the inclination of the satellite on the thing. And didn't it also display it on the photos, like where they were taken? So maybe there's a clue to be gained there. I suspect quantum nonsense, since whenever there was spookiness, quantum nonsense was the deal. So which was it? It wasn't you, or a you, or a you. It's satellite angle 40 degrees. There's a weird thing between it and the sun. So we need to hit it at 40 degrees, which means... probably a lot of waiting around, so that kind of sucks. Now, we need to hit you when you're at about 40 degrees. So let's have a look and see where you're at right now. Oh, we're actually very close. Oh, it's actually very much lined up with the start of the game. So let's keep an eye on that direction with our camera ready. Because if it is quantum shenanigans, we're going to want to be ready to take a picture of it. Wait. Oh, that's weird. It's like a shadow on the sun, almost. That's... Okay, wait, let's see if we can't go over there. We have our picture, or... Well, no, actually, because we'll have to turn around and it'll take that away. Will it still be there when we turn around? No. Oh, I've lost the sun. How do you lose a sun? Alright, let's head towards it. That's weird. It's like it's only viewable from this angle? What'll happen as we approach? I don't want to hit it either, because if it is operating with similar properties to the quantum moon... Man, what would you even call that? Look, we can't see the sun through it, but we can see the sun's station. It's completely eclipsing the sun. What is this? No, we definitely want you on. Let's get closer so we can try and see these edges. What is this? I don't like that music. And this doesn't look like Nomai construction at all. is this? Hang on, wait. This is too small. I think we'll have to get out here. Ship, you stay put. Please stay put. I don't know if we'll even be able to leave. Oh. Where'd our ship go? Oh, it's down there. Oh, we should have landed it in here. I didn't realize there was gravity. Crates of some kind? This is not anything we've seen before. That actually looks like a craft. Look, it's square, but it has what looks like some kind of canopy, and those could be landing legs. We're not going to be able to get up there with our jetpack, though. We'll just have to climb and see where this takes us. Unknown language. This isn't the Nomai, truly. Could this be something even older than them? They never talked about this either. Could this be something they didn't even know about? That activated on contact with light. But we come out to the same place. Okay, what do? Are you like some kind of airlock? Yes, actually, our oxygen's just refilled, so that's exactly what you are. Okay, so the Nomai had their doors operated by moving our eyes. These are activated by artificial light. That was weird. If you look at the shape of those things, like the two dark circles in the middle of the larger green ovals, they almost looked like owl creatures for a second, didn't they? Owls chilling in the attic of a barn. Okay, you're encouraging me right now to approach in the dark. Why? Oh, they're like lanterns. Do we need to stand in a spot to activate you all simultaneously? No, that doesn't seem to matter. There's the 4 of you, and then that panel over there. Actually, they sort of look a little bit like lantern lenses. Rotate! Not what I wanted, not what I wanted, not what I wanted! Whoa. Are we on a halo ring? Oh, they actually propel us in a given direction. We can use them as thrust. Flashlight thrust. That is so cool. Okay, way to go from horror to wonder again in a dime. Stop moving for a second. I want to look at this. Oh, look, there's structures down there. I don't think we were... Oh, we're being picked up. I don't think we were teleported. I think we were just dropped down onto the structure. Like, this whole thing has some kind of cloaking that we're only able to see from that angle. This whole world was deliberately hidden. But when and why? Okay, this being an actual artificial construct sort of gives the idea that maybe it could have arrived even after the Nomai. Arrived after us, even. Okay, we have to have some way of being able to translate this at some point. But could the disrepair indicate that whoever lived here is long gone? Ship log updated. Yeah, I'm not going to be seeing my ship anytime soon. Not in this cycle, but I suppose a place like this is exactly as doomed. Look at that wheel turning. Much like the Hearthians, this whole thing has almost like an old world interstellar vibe. Actually managing to accomplish space travel with like such primitive technology. This game has such a cool contrast of aesthetics, and it's so awesome to see that continue even into the DLC. Oh, look at how high these tables are. Does that tell us something about the inhabitants? Hang on, wait, let me up. Oops. I can't get up onto the table, but there's some real interesting game, it looks like. Can we get up into the rafters? Not quite. Are they some kind of, like, goat creatures? Or deer? This looks like a place Hearthians would like to live. Or no, those might be scales. They might even be more reptilian in nature, with certain qualities of mammals. But it does seem like they're gone. There's so much to explore. It looks like we can probably walk along much of this thing. What are you? Slide reel. You as well. There's so much that I have to catch up with. So many things that I want to interact with, but I don't know if those will preclude interaction with other things. The last time I used you, I fell through the floor. Oh, I see. You're one of these things. Okay, so let's go grab a slide reel then. Do I have to maybe place you over here? So this probably turns on a backlight if you're actually in the thing. Where do I put this? Oh, maybe in the projector? Yeah, right here. I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. Wait, what was that? Oh! Oh! So this place is crumbling in real time as well! Hang on, get to the surface, get to the surface. Alright, so we're not going to be able to do that on this loop. Yep, they're definitely all gone, but it does drop us a few more boats and enable us to access additional areas. We need to figure out how to get that screen lit. Alright, well, we don't really have much use for that thing right now. No additional signals to be found here. We've got to stay at higher ground and find out what we can while we can. You are now at water level. Let's try and take you over here. Come on, steer. And now this way. Alright. And now we can check out what's in this shack over here. Ooh. Yet another species not at all unlike ourselves. They lived in the grass and trees, they fished, and just kind of had a good time of it, it seems like. Oh, we can actually pick up a lantern. What do we do with these? Hello? Were you always like that? We can actually... Ooh... Spooky basement, but a spooky basement that's now submerged in water. Well, let's have a look. We do have this spacesuit for a reason. Whoa. They're all corpses, all strapped in. I wonder if they weren't waiting for some disaster to happen? Maybe this is some kind of escape pod that might have launched? Oh, those are so creepy to look at. But the fact that there's still flesh on their bones does sort of suggest that they came after the Nomai. I wonder if they researched them as well. But maybe they preferred to hide. They left no trace of themselves in the star system besides here. Now, what are these objects that are clasped in your hands? I feel like I've waited too long to actually solve some of these secrets here. Man, this place is so beautiful. Look, there's what looks like passes right there, almost maybe like damming structures, maybe something to generate energy as water flows through it. That's so cool how it moves in a continuous loop around the ring. There's some construction over there as well. I wonder if we can't even maybe turn off the artificial gravity and just kind of fly over there. We'll never be able to beat that current as it currently stands. I made a pun and I didn't even realize it. Ooh, wait. Ghost matter? No, it doesn't look like it. Maybe they were destroyed by the same disaster. I mean, if it is to be found here... I mean, these crystals are all over the place from the interloper. What is this? Ah, it's another one of you. This one we don't have to pry from their cold, dead Charlton Heston hands. We can get out this way. Now the question is, what do we do with this artifact? Oh, to be able to see our ship's log. What happens if I bring this thing down here to the crypt? I can't place it. That seems to be some kind of tube that leads up, but what does all this do? Can we maybe do something with this? Artifact does not fit. Did I just see you glow for a second? Yeah, we're about to go. I am gonna come right back here and figure this out. I just wish I understood how... Oh. Now you're on. Hang on. You need light from the... Oh, you're using my light. I see. I don't need to power something on. I just need to use my own flashlight. Okie dokie. And it works whether the door is open or not. Wait. I can focus or conceal. Now, I was thinking it may even be like a lens for my light, but that doesn't seem to actually do anything. But now that we have an idea for the functionality of this thing, I definitely have ideas for what to do when we come back here after we have a look at the slide reels. Oh, this DLC is so awesome. Wait, I actually have to make a note of what happens when we experience the end from right here. Can we perhaps make it to some high ground? Just leave you here? Oh, I can't. Wow, it's actually taking a really long time to reach us. I had forgotten how far out we are, even farther out than we would have been at any other time during... Wait, no! No, the loop's just beginning again anyway! It doesn't reach us here. This place isn't affected by the collapse. Okay, further science needed. What happens if we remove the warp core and come here? What happens if... A lot of things. Who were these people? What does their stuff do? I have so many questions. This is like starting a whole new game almost. This is practically a sequel all in one. Dude, you ain't gonna believe the dream I just had. Okay, I don't know how long this DLC is gonna be, but I am all out of time now because I spent so much time screwing around. I am fascinated to learn more about these guys. So much implied and so little learned, but that'll have to be next time. Which, for me, is probably right now, to be honest. Until then, if you like this video, Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. This episode had a little bit more creepy. But once again, I'm so interested to learn more. The hostilities sort of ceased after we got through that sort of ominous front door they've got. But they did seem to be hiding. If you want to try this game out for yourself, that link will be in the description. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, that link will also be in the description, the Discord. Man, I get so thrown off when I get thrown off. And as always, I will see you in the next one. We found a halo ring, you guys.